Nongshim, and I think if you get through the early game pretty well, it's a pretty good draft. It's very safe. The Ezreal pick into the Vi and the... He wouldn't. No.
He is not going to. You are correct.
He's very wise to it.
Ooh, Keen. He could be in trouble, though. Does flash to get out of the way of the heroic charge. And that will successfully get him out of more of a clue as to what was happening there. Did you see it?
No.
Meanwhile, Duro is possibly just dead, as never mind, Lahen's not going to go for it. As Canyon, we're going to take this one down. Heroic Charge doesn't get the stun into the wall, though. So they know which decisions they can do weird stuff in and which ones they will cost them. As speaking of costing them, this is an opportunity now as Keen, with the Dominus, is going to be able to use it to clear out the wave, at least, as he now tries to get on top of Kingin, and they cannot kill him through the Dominus. No flash, remember? And Keen just says...
yeah, it did happen. Keen does not have teleport, and King will stay in the lane.
Yeah.
So that's you know.
So Gen.G's universe that they've created
can get into this pit.
Yeah, does need that level 6 though. Unfortunately, doesn't have it just yet. As Canyon wants to be able to get at least one of these as Ace in the Hole comes through. Gio just making his way out though. Lahen's on vision. And the Cocoon is going to go wide. There's the Pop Blossom. He goes forward. Looks to try and take down the jungler. The heroic charge, the heroic entrance is fantastic. Gideon's dead. That is going to be one of the grubs over to Gen.G, but 2 minutes on the second dragon of the game. Double dragon available for Gen.G if they can pick that one up. As Chovy moving on in towards that top lane as we were singing the praises of Keen, but now could be in a whole host of trouble. Flashes out of the way of that public execution as now Lahen's not quite in Cocoon range. So isn't likely able to just dead as Canyon moves in. And this is just going to belong to Gen.G. Down it will go. The dragon has just spawned.
2v2. It is... it's a problem for Nongshim as Kingin's going to eat a turret shot.
Yeah, there's a lot of, there's not a lot of minions available here for Nongshim as Keen just presses R and he's totally fine.
Yeah, Keen
I mean, they're even on farm, but like, Gio's 40 CS down.
Yeah, he is trying to be relevant in this game. Gideon is also trying to be relevant by starting a dragon.
Yeah.
And Gen.G are not really near it, so I think he's going to get away with it.
Yep, Keen also just Spidey senses tingling just a little bit here, as there is a spider on his side of the... Feeling a little bit slow on this one. Collector already done here for Ruler.
Okay, well, Keen, he's now the...
Public execution comes down, but the immediate taunt to come in. There's the Pop Blossom as well, as Lahen's gets ulted here by Canyon. Not exactly an optimal target, but the heroic entrance is going to deny any follow-up. And now, Calix is having to deal with the minions and Keen underneath this one. Canyon moving on over the flash forward, and Calix is able to take down the Croc. That's going to be a solo kill there for the Rise, and one back here for Nongshim. Feeling fantastic. Gideon moving on in as well. The 2-man taunt is going to come through. There's Feats of Warfare as it's the Nico that locks down the Rise to get some revenge here for Keen. Teleport in as Gio is trying to get some damage onto this outer turret. Isn't going to be able to finish that one off. This is something that like 2018 KT did a heck of a lot, where they picked Jinx and Caitlyn and they just moved the Jinx and Caitlyn to kill these turrets. As Keen does have the Dominus, but once again it's his arch nemesis in Calix. As they get the vision, he does avoid that Q as he's looking to try and run this one out, but the Rune Prison is going to be there. And so that's a second death here for Keen.
You receive one Renekton. I receive...
Well, Lahen's is not having a great time here as Capybara comes on through. There is the flash out from Lahen's after he does come back down. And now we're going to get yet another charge. Yeah, but they did kill Keen. And there it is in a turret. Going to be picked up here most likely as this minion wave is conquering through.
So you receive one Renekton, I receive 2 inner turrets, and a flash. With a trade offer. Yeah. I don't know if Nongshim should have taken it, but I think it might have been the best deal they could get. And this Rise is now isolated in the side lane, and I think he has some friends coming. Let's see if he can save him.
Cease and desist is going to come on through there, but the public execution is going to come down. Still they lose the Rise. True Shot Barrage does not a whole lot, but Canyon, the taunt defense from Chovy is so good. And there are no minions here. Duro's moving in. He was a Krug. That was cool. Bit of a Doran cosplay. You love to see that. And here's the real Crocodile. Pop Blossom's gigantic. as the heroic entrance is down on top of it. Chovy's at about 50 health, but that's pretty much all he needs, and the revenge from Keen is swift and destructive. Kingen trying to get in here to do his best Rich impression, but unfortunately, Gen.G are just too strong, and that's a clean ace here at 18.5 minutes as Chovy picks up. Ruler as well, just having the greatest Caitlyn game ever, where he spends the whole game just hitting turrets, and outside of that, no one's focused. Oh, he is possibly dead. Gideon's there to help him. Thankfully, it wasn't Lahens again, who may have just let him die. But instead, Gideon's there to save him, as there is a little bit of a catch, but the public execution is going to come down. Let's see whether Duro can protect the president, as Ruler actually able to get out of the way of Gideon here, and Gio is able to finish him off. So the bottom lane's going to die. That is going to be the Hextech Drake in trade.
All right, a little bit of vengeance.
Yeah, not too bad.
A little bit of a happy game moment.
A little bit of a caster curse from Atlas as well, as I was just saying that Ruler, all he had to do was hit turrets, and he's not getting any focus, and then immediately afterwards he was focused.
Look at his build, like he went IE Collector. Doesn't have the rapid fire cannon or anything like that for maximum like turret snipe from a million miles away.
He did make sure that he had the slingshot.
Yeah.
For as much time as possible, which I respect.
I think this is Otacon.
Yeah.
Keen nearby?
Still looking for a potential angle, as they will get some bounty gold by taking this one down. Still, that is a decent evacuation there. A cease and desist comes on through, but Canyon's in so much trouble. Gets so much health back, though, and Gideon eventually be able to lock it down, but the Winds of War will finish him off. Gen.G are very far ahead, ladies and gentlemen. That's a large reason why this looks so one-sided. So the Otacon going to Nongshim is still a big deal.
Yeah, Gio with his
rapid fire cannon has got to be basically done here for Ruler, as well as we are hexgating around the rift. Duro could be in a little bit of trouble here.
Ox.
As Ruler is also in massive trouble. There's a public execution to lock him down. They'll find themselves a whole bunch of extra money as Duro. Yeah, he's not in this fight any longer. And Nongshim, there's not a whole lot to fight for here in this bottom side river, but they're going to win.
King in here. Does have flash, no ult.
It's still a big lead as Kingen, I don't know whether he's going to be able to get out of this one. Cease and desist is just going to be employed. King comes down. King going to get knocked up because there's a heroic entrance, and Chovy will be able to lock down the kill in the end. Yeah, once they've got their claws in, it's...
But I don't think he's going to. Oh, Duro. Look natural, Duro. Fly casually, Duro.
There's 5 caster minions here in this wave, as the True Shot Barrage sails over with this inner turret as well. Vision is very forward, and you can see that's not where Gen.G are coming from. They are moving from behind. Cease and desist right out of nowhere. Heroic entrance just to make sure that they can't further engage the flash out. But the taunt is there to follow, and the Pop Blossom for the follow-up is so good out of Gen.G. Over the wall they go, as Lahens does dash cannon his way out. That is going to be a teleport away from the Ambessa. Kingen is able to keep himself alive, but with Gio and Gideon down, that will be soul point going over to Gen.G, and even Lahens will be cut down where he stands.
So Atlas, do you remember when I was talking about in the previous game where I was like, oh, Nongshim had prio, they didn't go for...
I think it was played just really well by Duro more than anything else, but still a little bit rough here.
It did make the fight less confusing for a moment.
Public execution on to Chovy, as the rest of Gen.G are right here, and so I don't think Kingen wants to go any further. Still has done a fair bit of damage, but he's 2 levels down, man. The taunt is going to connect. Cease and desist comes on through, and they just wail on the Ambessa. Down she goes. A lot of damage onto Lahens, as well as the flash out from Canyon is not going to be successful. Keen with the Dominus running, but the Pop Blossom connects onto 3 into the back line as Chovy goes forward and goes golden. Still Duro is going to fall, as Ruler with the ace in the hole. Gio actually going to soak that one for Lahens, teaching him what to do next.
They did last game. TP for Chovy. After the back, he can return right away. Lahens
the flash. Okay. Crocodile better than Spider, as it turns out. There is now a control ward in the Baron pit. Teleport to come forward as Gen.G wanting to stop this from going down, but the Realm Warp gets Nongshim out of there!
The heist! That's a real heist! Gio gets the block, and then here Lahens sacrifices himself to try to see if there's anyone coming in to contest this, as in live!
Okay, cease and desist comes down yet again. The heroic entrance going to be eaten there by the... by the Zonyas, but ultimately doesn't really do too much of anything at all. So Calyx is just dead. 1 Baron now down, 3 left remaining on the Rift. As Calyx really has had a great day, regardless of the fact that it's looking really difficult, as Chovy just wanders towards this dark brush And Lahens takes so much damage. My goodness, Gideon has to flash away.
Try to pull Gen.G off the dragon. This is one way to wrestle Prio away when you don't have any.
Well, Chovy and Ruler are looking to come in here as the ace in the hole comes down. Gideon going to soak that one, but he's not too happy about it as there is the public execution king and gets into the backline, but his targets just get evacuated. Gideon now in trouble as Chovy is their target, but he's able to justicely punch his way out. And Duro splitting the shapes.
Gio has so much power in these moments. He has flash as well with his E, so it's hard to engage on him, and he can follow up from such a distance. Gideon trying to start this dragon up as Gio offers damage. I just don't know about this.
Yeah, Duro is trying to spot this one out as Lahens gets caught yet again. Goes up into the sky as King now able to get himself out, but unfortunately Rule is able to shut down the Spider Lady, and now Nongshim looking for the turn. Gideon in amongst it, but nobody else is really there as Duro trying to fight off this dragon, and it's not quite working, and Canyon flashes to get himself the Hextech Soul, and now we get to witness Caitlyn and Hextech Soul. And ladies and gentlemen, that is not something you want to be going up against, as Gio gonna have all of his Qs avoided apart from that one. But everything else is gonna go wide as there is the net over the wall, and Ruler locks down the ace and the Hextech Soul, and I think Gen.G are just going to wander up this bottom lane and look to finish the game.
It wasn't clean. It wasn't clean, but Gen.G, once again, dominant win here, and they'll take the 2-0. Definitely some fun to be had. Definitely an extremely dominant early game. Those some fun times to be had in the mid-game.
Yeah.
But extremely dominant early game, and now the last to fall.
Oh dear.
The first to fall in the previous fight. Lahens is dead, the turrets are dead, and Gen.G, another day in the office in the Legend group, another 2-0.
And
they're 26
25-0.